There are over 300 native species that are dependent on hollows and cavities, which is a huge amount of our animals. Every parrot, every black cockatoo, every white cockatoo, every galah, every rosella has had to be born in a tree hollow. So that's just phenomenal. Today we're here at Alan's property. I just love to come here, and Alan has done so much great work to improve this patch of woodland that he has. Had it fenced it off, he grazes it very selectively with his cattle or his sheep, and he's also created some circles in here where he's introduced some understory species.
The changes I've seen is the ground covers. They've increased amazingly, that'd be 99.9% ground covers now. Major benefits in that, like improving the water cycle, the nutrient cycle. The benefits from this is an increased amount of wildlife, like birds dropping seeds. I'm getting a few more trees just popping up in paddocks randomly, which we fence off and let them grow straight through. There's a financial benefit of this paddock is that we can graze it and run our cattle, run our sheep here. There's great advantages in keeping your big trees and your hollow trees. My livestock need shade. You can't put a price on the benefit of that. As a private landowner, the benefit is that great. It's unbelievable. Like the whole environment, the ecology will improve, the health improves. It's a win-win for everyone.
There's definitely agricultural benefits in leaving some big old paddock trees in your paddock. They provide shade and shelter. They also cycle nutrients. The leaves fall down onto the soil and improve the soil underneath the tree. I know on my farm, whenever we let the cattle into a paddock, the first place they go to is under the trees. The big fallen limbs, you can use them as habitat if you don't like it where it is. They are good to be moved into maybe an area where you might have a bit of erosion or something like that, so they can provide habitat, but they can also start to try and protect an eroded bank or something like that. It eventually rots away into the ground, and that is adding nutrients to your soil as well. Like the fallen timber, the big dead trees, the alive trees are just all critical components to a healthy, functioning ecosystem, and that's what we need on our farms.
So this tree is fantastic in that part of it's an iron bark and part of it is still alive, so it has some good dense foliage cover, but most of it is dead, and that's where all the hollows are. Almost every branch seems to have hollows. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why it's really important to keep them. I know a lot of landholders get rid of them, but I think if they realised how important they were, these hollows are a safe place for most of the birds to nest in. And as I mentioned, all the other animals, the gliders and the microbats, and they all need these hollows in order to survive. And if you don't have hollows, you won't have those animals. A lot of farmers have vegetation or plantings or whatever that enhance the crops, because a lot of our little birds that are declining are insect eaters, and they can eat huge amounts of insects, so they can get into the crops and help keep the crops healthy. With the wattles and the sheep, there are so many wonderful qualities about wattles. They provide shelter for livestock, or all plants do. The sheep also eat the wattle leaves. Greening Australia have done some research, and they've found that the tannin in the wattles can help control internal parasites.
In New South Wales, a huge amount of our land is privately owned. Being a landowner myself, and for many people that I know, I feel a responsibility and a joy in being able to look after that land. It's only small things, but if we're all doing those small things, it can add up to a huge difference across the whole of New South Wales in the longer term. So it's just a pretty special thing, and I just am very lucky to get to work with so many farmers that are doing fantastic things on their farms for biodiversity